Hi everyone, my name is Saqina Latif. I'm one of the co-founders of Persona Theory Games, a studio based in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. We are an indie game studio that have really focused on telling Southeast Asian stories. And today, the title of my session will actually be about telling Southeast Asian myths and folklores for games, and with a focus on our upcoming game called Kabaret. Before I delve too deep, let me just introduce to you my lovely team. So with me, there are two other co-founders. There is Buddy, who acts as the game director, and then Derek, who is also a producer and helps with the UI and UX of all our games. Then we have Joshua, our game designer, Michelle, our amazing art director, and Hilmi, our lead programmer. And helping us with all our audio needs is Hello Universe. And in just a bit, one of the audio engineers, Kelvin, will be talking about how he brings our characters to life. And of course, Kabaret wouldn't be where it is today without the backing of the amazing people at Wings Interactive. When we were researching through the world of Kabaret and Southeast Asian myths and legends, we were fortunate enough to be working with an NGO called Pusaka that actually helped curate and research local communities and arts here in Malaysia, and one of them being the Kuda Kepang family based in Johor. So now I'm about to take you to Alam Tak Nyata, also known as the Unseen World.
Perhaps there is another name for this land, a name that endures beyond all others, a name not yet named. The sorrow of the sky, the laughter of the earth, the sound of the animal heart of man.
Kabaret is a game about a boy named Jebat who gets turned into a monster and gets thrown into a world filled with creatures and monsters from Southeast Asian myths and legends. In the game, Jebat will go on a strange journey and will start to question his own humanity and ask himself what it truly means to be a monster. So a lot of traditional arts here in Malaysia always opens with opening of the stage, if you will, or opening of the world. And they call this thing a gunungan, which looks like a leaf but also resembles a mountain, and it is to set the stage of what kind of story you're about to embark on. So one of the most attractive things that I personally find about traditional Malay arts is the wayang kulit, which is the shadow puppets. And when we were researching more about the art and the history of wayang kulit, we looked to the Indonesian history because most of our performing arts can actually be traced back to our roots in Java. So how they will appear is that in the game, if there's a lightning strike, if you don't blink, you will see the shadow forms of all the monsters. Now without further ado, talking about the game audio of Kabaret, I'm passing it over to Hello Universe, Calvin.
Hello everyone, I'm Calvin Ho, sound designer from Hello Universe, a game audio company based in Malaysia where we design, create, and implement audio for games. In today's video, I would like to talk a bit about micro and macro sound designing in games, as well as a bit of insight in our involvement with Persona Theory in Kabaret. Essentially, micro and macro sound designing is the change of perspective from focusing on the sound in detail versus hearing it as a whole within the game. For example, I can fixate all day about how this sound I redesigned for the ballista from Doom might sound like. Which is micro, but whether or not it'll fit within the aesthetic of the world around it, that might be something up for debate. Which is what macro sound designing encompasses. And this is something not a lot of developers take notice to. And why it's so important to look to an audio company where we can ultimately not just help ease some of that burden, but also create something that shines on its own, yet still be able to be part of the world that it breathes in. Our process with working alongside Saqina's team for Kabaret started sometime midway through working on Fires at Midnight. I was taken aback by the story and the characters, who were the highlights of the entire game. Each character having a unique backstory, thus requiring a unique voice to distinguish them. We'll be focusing on one of these characters today, which is Garuda. Garuda was a really unique character to me, as when we were briefed by Saqina and Buddy on it, they mentioned they wanted something a bit more jaw-dropping and powerful. Alongside that, they included this video file for reference. We initially started out using animals as the base, but nothing was really working. Till one afternoon, as I was just about to finish lunch, and I stumbled upon the sound. I got straight to work, recording a bunch of sounds of just me dragging the chair across the floor, pitched it really low, added modulation and effects to get that monstrous sound. And finally, added a few more animal layers to seal the deal. All while ensuring the many voices you hear in the game live in harmony. Through the use of reverb and EQ, we're able to create an all-believable world where everything you hear resonates together. Well, that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I had fun making it. I would like to thank Saqina for letting me share the spotlight with her, as well as everyone here at Games for Change for hosting this event. You can always reach out to me if you have any questions pertaining to all things audio here. I look forward to hear from each and every one of you, as well as to be able to answer all your questions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for listening to both me and Kelvin talk about Kabaret. We're very excited for the release of the game. The game will be out next year on different platforms, Steam being one of them. And we hope that you will wishlist Kabaret on Steam right now and follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and for more updates. Thank you so much for Games for Change Asia Pacific for giving us this opportunity.